Hey folks, this is Monk, and we are back with another episode of From the Canopy Film Show. And I'm joined as always with my co-host. We got Cornelius, aka Evil Corny.
Hey, what's up?
The next one we're going to talk about is magazine dreams, and there's some controversy behind this, of course, with Johnathan Majors and his troubles. Especially recently, man, there was, I guess, some recording that came out, but it's kind of wild because I feel like that evidence was already out there, and the timing of his reveal is real interesting. But this film is directed by Elijah Bynum, magazine Dreams. And in this film, a man looks after his ailing grandfather while trying to make it in the world of professional bodybuilding. And this film stars Johnathan Majors. He's our main guy that we see most of this film through. Yeah, so we've also got Harrison Page, who plays his father in this. And we also get Harriet Sansom Harris, who plays what appears to be a social worker that's checking on his well-being. Haley Bennett also has a great scene in this. We also get Taylor Page. She has a brief appearance in this. And Mike O'Hearn, who plays Brad Vanderhorn, who is the bodybuilder that this character models himself after. So
Okay.
Johnathan Major plays Killian Maddox in this film. And this character is really interesting, man, because they never really explain what his hangup is, man. But on some ways, he's definitely, kind of a social outcast, has a hard time relating to people and just connecting with people in general, man. So this guy's mostly isolated for most of his life. He takes care of his grandfather. His parents are dead in this film, and later on in the film we find out, how, which is kind of tragic. But other than that, man, he works at a grocery store. That's how he makes extra money, and I guess whatever, they're getting, he's getting from the social services to take care of his grandpa, or so he kind of manages that stuff for him because I think his grandpa is a little disabled, as well, like he's on oxygen. But this thing is wild, dude. There's a little bit of a mishmash of some kind of character studies, man. I'm getting a little bit of flashes of Taxi Driver, except that characters, their motivations are totally different. Travis
Okay.
Bickle and this guy are just way different. Like Bickle's just too conscious, too aware, like you know what I'm saying? But our character, through his isolation, and it's just really just how he is, man. And it's kind of weird how I think his ultimate goal, at least it comes off across to me, is to be seen, and that's why he pursues his bodybuilding career. He's really good at it, man. So that gets me into Major's performance, man. This thing is probably one of the most tremendous efforts I've seen in recent years, man. Like this dude, I don't know. It's going to be hard to top this performance for 2025. Like he went in physically, like he has the look, like which is crazy, man. Like we get wild when Hugh Jackman bulks up for Wolverine, but I think
Mhm.
this is a more different effort. You know what I'm saying? That's going on in this film. Also, just his performance overall, man. There's such a wide range of emotions, man, and he's not. It's not like this is a malevolent character. People that are acting like this guy, display some of these just characteristics. This is beyond just social awkwardness. I feel like there's another layer to him that's also keeping him from connecting with people, man. And it's never really explained in the film, but he is what it is, man. Like there's a moment where he goes out on a date with this woman from his work, and you're just like, whoa, this is kind of cool. He's actually connecting. But then as it goes on further on the interaction, you start to cringe, yo, and you're just sitting in your seat, just like what am I watching? I mean, you know what you're watching, but seeing this meltdown and seeing, and it happens several times in this film where this character is just like, at some points you feel sympathetic for him, but then there are times where you're worried about the other person that's interacting with them in this moment,
Oh,
man.
okay.
And he's so good. Like you can't look away, man. Like this guy was born to do this job, dude. And I've seen it since early in his career, man. Like even when I watched Last Black Man in San Francisco, that was the first thing I seen him in, and it kills me because that's even a master class. The fact that this guy's quiet for most of the movie, and he has one scene that's about 5 minutes long, and it carries the, it's just crazy, man. So it's very rare that you could get someone that could do that, and yeah, sometimes writing can inspire these type of performances, but this is more than the writing, and the writing is really good here, man. Because even when he's not, at front and center, the other stuff that's going on with these other characters is really good. So that's you gotta definitely attribute a lot of this to his personal talent, man. I think this thing is kind of tanking on the box office wise, but I could definitely
Yeah,
see
because of
people.
personal things that's going
Yeah,
on with him. I
but I
think.
could also see, but also this film is a low budget film. I think the people who are distributing it, they're not really big distributors, so that's also something. A big distribution company doesn't, like a small one, doesn't really have money to put a lot into advertising, things like that. Because there's a lot of people who, I mean, especially like me, that are probably going to see this regardless, just because I think this guy is that good, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
And like and also, man, I don't know, man. It's just my personal belief. Like I gotta see a pattern, bro. And if this guy is really staying out of trouble, boom. If something else happens, then it might be a little bit more
yeah, yeah,
difficult to justify me taking a leap on this film. But as a person that loves film and performances, and for the most part, I usually can separate the artist, from the art. And there are some lines that I'm not going to see probably a R. Kelly movie, like some stuff like already like I have my own limits, man. But 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 outside of that, man, this thing, it blew my mind, though. It's definitely one that I will probably add to the collection and retread and rewatch it, man. Because I'm telling you, bro, that scene with that date, it's nuts, man. It's just like, yo, what is happening? There's another scene where he had some painters come to his job to come to his house, and his dad was like, yo, they kind of did a shitty job. I think they need another coat in certain apartments. And he calls the paint company and they blow him off. And it's crazy because he's calm, he's reasonable, and maybe that was a problem. He was too calm, too soft
yeah,
spoken,
yeah,
and they kind of didn't. And he goes and blows up over there, and that leads to other problems later. Man, this movie is crazy, bro. Like his character is just a nut, man. I can't describe it, yo. I can't. But I definitely think that it represents real people that are out there and just going through life like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I run into them all the time, dude. I feel like sometimes and you just see someone and they're just like somewhere else, man. And they're
yeah,
out there
yeah,
among
yeah,
us. And it's crazy, man. And like I said, this film takes you on a ride, bro. It's one of the most wildest character examinations I've seen in a minute. The cinematography is there, the score, the all that, but every scene feels like it matters, man. It does get. I think maybe some of the critique can be leveled at what is the ultimate message of this film? What does it mean? And I think I wrote in my written review that maybe that's the point. Maybe we as an audience are supposed to come up to our own conclusions of this film. But I think at its core, the film is about that human attachment or just a human connection. You know what I'm saying? And there's people out there that never connect, man. And it's easy to get overlooked. You know what I'm saying? If you're just
yeah,
out here just living a normal life, and it might not be no fault of your own, man. And maybe you just don't have no friends, you don't have no family. Like this guy doesn't have parents, so maybe there was a degree of social skills that he never learned,
master.
but
Yeah,
yeah, mastered. And then it's kind of tragic too, because toward the end, his dream of this bodybuilding thing gets shattered in ways, and you're just like, damn, what is this guy gonna do? And then there's subtle shit. Like at one point in the film, this guy's on point with his diet, and then toward the middle and the end, you're seeing him eating more and more junk, like just not caring. And dude, this thing has some crazy subtlety to it. I can't say it's probably the best thing I've seen, but I'll put it this way: I would rate the film itself probably a three.
you're affected by it.
If I give this film, I would give it a three, dude, straight up, just for what is here. But Majors makes this thing a four, easily, four and a half,
Okay.
possibly, just because it's what he's doing in here is just crazy, man. It's amazing, dude. Like I can't explain it, man. You got to see it yourself. And I'm coming off like what really made me go and get this in. I was listening to Chris Lambert's Mundane Festival. He reviewed it, and I was like, all right, bro,
But
I gotta go
if
check
he
this out.
enjoyed it, you want to
Yeah,
witness it. Okay.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I was gonna see it anyway, but that just made me more enthusiastic to like, all right, bet, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of had the same things that I feel. Like I said, man, this guy, like I've rooted for him since the beginning, man. So And I like the work, man. Like it's a tough thing to work to think about, but I don't know. Maybe he caught a raw deal. And like I said, I'm looking for a pattern, man. He stays out of trouble, then he probably should get a chance to come back. I mean,
Yeah,
Sean
yeah.
Penn, still out here making movies. He's also been Oscar nominated, and there's other guys that
Robert
kind of have
Downey
been in,
Jr.
yeah, guys
Guys,
that have been in similar
general guys. Yeah,
similar situations, and that's not been brought up. Sean Connery said you should slap a slap a woman every now and then,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and he probably get a fucking lifetime achievement award Oscar. So I mean, who am I, like, but like I said, man, if he continues to wild out, then maybe there's be a case for like, all right, this guy doesn't deserve a career, but this thing was crazy, man. If you like films, you like performance driven films, this is this is it. And that takes me back to now that I think about the Black Bag, I think that's why Black Bag was so good, man, because Fassbender is great. Like him, Kate Blanchett, they're up there they're in this realm that Majors walks around in. These are performers that could come in and make mundane films just feel bigger and more excellent than they actually are, man. And I think there's something to be said with that one, because I look at actors as a tool of the filmmaking puzzle. Yeah, you've got cinematography, you've got music, you've got direction, but I think actors play a big role in this puzzle too, man. And they can shift the tide of, how work comes out.
yeah, yeah.
And he definitely did that for this film, dude. Like, it's crazy.